Tell the dude that almost died. How you feeling?
I'm glad to be alive, to be honest.
all of us.
That's true.
Oh yeah. I don't know about you guys. I did great in that werebear fight.
I think you did fine. Yeah,
Yeah.
you good. Yeah.
I did pretty well until I lost all my weapons and I had to like resort to like an arrow.
I had to get really desperate and make her a woman, and then I beat
Yeah,
a
you
woman,
did
and that
I think
was
you did the best job.
best job maybe. It got a little gratuitous, a little gross at the end, but I
Yeah.
got through it. Yeah.
Yeah, the jelly.
Yeah, I turned the bear back and a woman jellied her face, which that might be demonetized right there.
Yeah, when he was describing the scene, I was trying to think how my character would react to seeing. I mean, he's like 19, right?
Yeah.
And seeing what he described as a paragon of fitness, and 5 of them at that, all just stripped down. It's a big moment for an impressionable teenager.
It's a damn shame what happened, really.
Yeah, it really is. But yeah, how do you feel about the strength of the werebears compared to other creatures you've faced in 20 Grit?
They were pretty darn strong. Like it was scary. As tough as we are, that was a scary fight.
Yeah. Trying to think of all the other characters we played were like humans or dwarves or mostly humans and dwarves, right?
Mhm.
They would have been. Well, I don't know about the dwarves, but the humans would have just been a 9.
Yes.
It wouldn't have been a fight at all.
Yeah.
It would have been a bloodbath. The dwarves maybe would have stood a chance.
Dwarves are pretty tough.
They're pretty tough.
All the non-humans are pretty tough usually.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess it feels good to have actual powers for once.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes. I mean, honestly, I feel really lucky that I fell into my like healing powers. If we didn't have those, I mean, like as tanky as we are as aliens,
That's pretty amazing.
we'd be crippled. Like if he had, I mean, I guess it's like a gift or whatever, the opposite of the dark magic type of nemesis thing he's building.
Yeah.
But thank God we had that, or else we'd be down Elric, and we'd have like half of you left.
Yeah.
Yeah, be picking up your pieces.
Yeah.
My goodness. Yeah, I'm really glad I didn't roll a bunch of 1s this time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I rolled a couple, but was able to re-roll with them. Buy a re-roll.
But I
But
did well until the very end. I almost rolled a ton of ones.
Yeah. Right, we need that tiger sense too, just to really finalize where we were in the encounter, and then just all into
I think you had the toughest fight when you were climbing up the cliff
Yeah.
and came face to face with Vita on your own.
Yeah.
And that fight was just brutal. You guys were trading blows like on equal ground, but he was slowly gaining on you. He was just a tank.
He
He
was.
was a monster.
He was a monster.
What sucked was that I was rolling like really well for defense, but then when I would have like my opportunity to attack, I was only rolling like 4s and 3s. So it was like I'm only good for defense at that point.
I feel like that almost like played into what he wanted to be for the game, right?
Probably.
With the way that like he's built up like the named NPCs in Vita, like I don't think other than you rolling like consecutive 19s and 20s, Vita was ever meant to be beaten. I think
Yeah.
it was always meant to stalemate or take out one of us.
There's always, even in NPCs, there's always you're always capable of beating them.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any that are just invulnerable.
They do have a bit of plot armor, but
Yes.
not completely invincibly, right?
Yeah, the immunity to using 20s to kill them rather than roll those that are rolled is their plot armor.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
I am concerned though that, Vita is a badass, but he's not following us into the cave, which makes me think that he's counting on whatever's in the cave to kill us.
Yeah, either they're doing that or they're surrounding us, we can't get out, and then they're going to converge.
Yeah.
But to me, it looks like the berserkers don't bother with this cave because maybe even they don't mess with what's in there.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh,
I
that
don't know.
I continue to get the feeling that they're unaffiliated with
No.
people. These berserkers, like when you guys been saying, oh, something like in the cave, and we're like, oh, they're so strong, they're able to survive the berserkers. Maybe these berserkers are the strength that's like so strong they're able to survive and hide in corners from Balor.
well, but those berserkers are out there. Like,
Right.
I checked, the women are out there with Vita,
Right.
and they came from the direction of the village.
Right.
So they are affiliated with Balor. You, though, you said you sensed the light down there?
Yeah, he when you were doing you could smell living humans and dark humans. He said that I reached out with like this astral projection sight, and there was there was a ping, and it was a very like beacon-sounding ping, like a light in the dark. And I think that like just because of how affiliated he's like almost like a cleric role that seems to be being pushed upon me, of like the healer and the holy. If something comes out to me like a ping in a dark in a cave, I would assume it's not dark magic, it's not inherently evil. There's something at least neutral or better down there. Even if there's someone being like sacrificed in a pit, there's a glimmer of a life that's not.
If it's a light in the darkness, then it could be that either it's someone being held by whatever's in this cave, or it could be the thing in this cave. It's just a powerful force of light that will hold off the dark.
That's fair.
Yeah,
And if that's the case, we have a potential ally down there.
He's hoping. Yeah.
Well, that's why I was thinking the enemy of my enemy, right, is my friend. Is the idea that whatever's down in that cave gives us an edge over whatever's behind us.
Yeah,
Maybe.
maybe.
Well, you said something interesting. How do you feel about that cleric role sort of being pushed on you as a player? Is that where you wanted to take this character?
Not at all. I mean, the whole thing, right? We set the story up was, we can be magical, and magical is like this whole main land. So I know everyone else wanted to do magic. So I wanted my character from the very beginning, like his fundamental laws were just like that he was so anti-magical. And then, like I told you guys, I create my character with like the roles, and then I create the backstory based on the roles, and he just like lends himself to this farm kid, right?
You were Scully.
It's Scully, yeah, exactly, yeah.
Skeptic.
It's Scully, exactly. It makes Scully for sure. I feel like. Not to use, but it's like very classic, like the hero's trope. Almost like I know I use like Star Wars analogy before, but like Lord of the Rings with like Frodo. It's almost like this person doesn't want to be this, and that's kind of like how I'm playing it. Is like, and even with like the communing to Dorgon, like when you said like you should be doing this, like in character, my guy wouldn't think to do that because I don't command the ocean. I don't command Dorgon. I envision him as a god that invites respect, and like for something as simple as not dashing or boast, why would I pray to the god of the ocean?
Sure,
you know. So that was kind of the way I viewed it. I almost wanted to like do the in your head thing and be like, well, some of us respect our gods, right? But but the game had moved past that at that point, right? So I guess that's kind
That
of
would
what
be cool.
So that's kind of why, and I think that's why Hunter did that. Like, this is magic. This is something different. This is like he's like. There's certain moments where it's like unavoidable, and you're like looking in the face of God.
Yeah.
Because I said that is what it would take for me to believe in magic.
Well, even your character didn't take credit for the magic that he performed. You healed somebody's wounds, and the first thing you said was, "Who helped us?"
Right. And then
you didn't think that magic came from you.
Right, and that's I think why Hunter emphasized both that, like, when you see a face of God, sometimes it's what it is. I think that was his signal to me, because I said my character would be like an atheist, and to see an act of God to know it, and then the fact that like Alec and everybody deferred to me. That was a signal for my character to like understand that this was like their own intrinsic magic for the first time. Anything else I could have written off as a prayer, but for the first time I had to accept that like this was me.
You could view it the magic that's in you as a gift from the gods.
That's true. Yeah.
Still kind of retain what you're doing while still understanding that it's magic that you're doing.
Yeah. That's true. Like, I guess that is kind of how I view it, as like a blessing and a curse type thing, right? It's not something. Whereas you were all very leaning into your gifts and very like actively using your magic and energy. I think for me it would be like
one half demon. It's kind of hard.
Yeah. I think for me it'd be like the last thing I resort to, unless it's like the other sacrificial trait, like in service of like doing anything, almost a magical prayer, like a Hail Mary type of thing to try to bring something back.
Yeah. I mean, of all the magical healing that we've done in Winning Grid, I think this was the most effective because other attempts, the wounds heal slightly, it takes you days to recover. This was immediate. It's like you saw his wounds closing and his face his face was mauled by a werebear, right?
He was literally eating his face.
Break of death.
Yeah. And like he saw, the blood and bits of flesh dripping from the bear's jaws, right? And his face was reconstructed, I'm assuming.
Yeah. Which is, selfishly, I wonder just how strong that ability could be, because the spells he gave me were cure condition, which is, I assume, the brink of death, and then light wounds. So like
having your face.
So like the face ripped off by a chimpanzee is like what I consider a light wound. My first time is shocking, I guess.
Well, missing a limb would be more severe.
That's fair.
Damage to an organ.
Oh, sure.
That makes sense. Okay.
And missing your face, though, that's pretty gnarly.
Part of his face.
Yeah, the part that was in the mouth. Yeah.
And if he does have some scars, those are going to be some pretty cool scars.
Yeah. That's true. I mean, like he's built the raspy kind of. He rubs people the wrong way. He's Alric anyway. I don't think Alric's gonna be too busted up about his face. Yeah.
Well, and you've got some scars now too. You've got your belly sliced open.
Yeah.
Folded in half.
Yeah, I got some in my face. Yeah, didn't do so well against the.
Fractured clavicle or something that got fixed up. But yeah.
Do you
Oh,
think-
did that? I didn't know.
Because he said
His belly was sliced open, so he said a flat hit.
Yeah. So it was like so it was the sword and it like. The way I read
said
it is it was but it didn't like go in
Right,
because it
right.
like it went through the chain
It was
and
like
it went through the
this.
mail.
Mhm.
It didn't like cut through him, but it was like if it went like if I guess the sword or knife just went like ugh, and so there's like that thin bleeding line,
It went
but it didn't like tear
He
tissue.
said the flat hit. So it hit with force, like he was punched in the stomach. I think that's what most of us got punched.
Oh,
But
And
then
the-
how would I be?
because I
Because
read
the
it,
edges would have pushed in and it would have caused little cuts above and below.
that's why I read that separately as like the force was enough for the bat, but like it broke through and like the armor dissipated
Yeah,
enough of
that's
the
how I-
force, but like it cut through and there was like
Maybe
a
that's
bleeding
what I thought,
line. Yeah.
Maybe.
Not like a disemboweled level cut, but like you're
I
bleeding.
thought he said the flat hit. But maybe I
Yeah.
Well, how does your character feel about scars? Does he think he's like badass now?
I don't think he cares too much.
He doesn't care.
I think he just wants to get stronger and kind of. I think he feels bad mainly for like not being able to defeat the bear and kind of at fault for what's his name, Elric, for Elric kind of getting almost killed. And so I think he's more focused on the fact that he just kind of failed in his duty rather than getting cut. You know,
Yeah. Well, I mean, we were taking on 5 bears. It was chaos. So
yeah.
it's just, I think it was bad luck that you just got probably the worst bear.
Werebears.
Werebears.
Not bears.
Werebears.
Werebears. And not werebears. Berserker werebears.
And not just
Yeah,
berserker werebears, hot berserker.
Berserker werebears, big old titties on the werebears, angry
not
titty
much though.
bears.
Yeah, in
I-
their werebear form, do they retain their shapely form?
He said
No.
vaguely humanoid with like longer arms and stuff. I
Yeah.
imagine there was a sort of mound.
I
I'll
thought
bet you imagine.
I thought they went full hair. Like I'm full tiger right now.
Yeah.
But he said there's kind of like a crack element. When he described the werebears, there's like as a tiger, I imagine you're still like quadrupedal, like on your 4 legs.
Right now, yeah.
But there is like a little bit of like maybe like the tiger and Lion King to it, like a little bit of like the hunch in the cartoon Lion King, like a little bit of the hunch forward, a little bit of like these aren't 4 paws. These are kind of arms that you're walking on as legs.
I got to be able to do a 4 paws, but because they're bears, they can rear up and
Yeah,
that doesn't.
okay.
So they like a tiger can't really do that or rear up about it. Just need to do it. Doesn't mean
Oh yeah. Why didn't you turn in tiger form to fight the bears?
because I was in armor.
Oh yeah. Okay. You have to
true.
take your armor off to do that.
Yeah.
What
I mean,
happened?
Otherwise, you'd be an armored tiger.
well,
Yeah. Bust the armor?
well, I could just take no, it doesn't go with the acid earlier. well,
Oh yeah.
at breakfast, I was like, so armor. If they change armor, what happens? I was like, well, it doesn't really change with you.
So do you bust
Well,
out of
the
it?
human-
Or do
I
you-
guess. Well, the women disrobed, right? The
That's true.
Werebears
Yeah.
took their clothes off.
But as a tiger, I'm like 8-10 feet long as opposed to 6
Yeah.
feet.
Yeah, it makes sense though. You would have to take your clothes off too.
And imagine metal's pretty strong, so it might not be a good idea to churn all inside of it.
Oh, well, that's fine.
Right.
That's also
What other forms do you have? Like, you know. Okay,
Well, I
okay.
Tiger Man, like Wolfman, like the wolf.
Oh, yeah.
I could do that a humanoid tiger, like you mentioned the bears, and I could turn full wolf.
Oh, okay.
Weren't you learning how to do like an eagle or
I
something?
was trying. So I gotta check in forms, so maybe that's down the road I'll be able to pick up eagle or something.
maybe each level is another form of you or something.
Yeah, as a player, I don't like caves very much. I don't know. We've been in caves before and we always get wrecked.
Yeah.
So I'm curious but terrified what's in this cave because it's like the fear of the unknown, right? And enclosed spaces.
True. True.
So we'll see. We'll see. But the Aurelians are badass.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
They can handle it. Just will our dice show up for us?
Yeah, I don't know. Like he scales the evil with us. You know what I mean? With the werebears and stuff. I feel like these
True.
fights are just as hard as anything we've had. It's just maybe it's more lore impactful. I don't know.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
we're gonna fight harder things. Otherwise, there's no challenge to it.
Yeah.
With great power comes great response of enemies.
Yeah.
But
Let's say we, as Aurelians, we meet some regular men down there, and they don't respect us or fear us. We can just cut them down and essentially face no resistance. So
It'll be much easier, but they do have numbers.
sure,
That's what we're saying. Like 200 of us, we can't take the world like you'd like to,
yeah,
because 10,000 are still going to do.
for sure.
But yeah, I mean, there will be fights like that where we'll be in an area and there's be like some drunk guy in a bar tries to pick a fight with us, and it's just like, and drop him. But when it comes to like the meat of our adventures, it's going to be things that are mighty.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Well, I'm excited to see what's in this cave. So,
yeah, that's it.
but that's all I got. What about you guys?
I guess the same.
Yeah, I almost was thinking.
I want to see what's in the cave too. I think we were all kind of dancing around that idea.
He
I
kind
think-
of gives us that option.
That's what I was gonna say. That right is like it was so open ended. Do we go down the valley? Do we split our force? Do we do whatever? And I think Hunter saw the opportunity of like a couple really good rolls with senses that showed our curiosity, and then a couple bad rolls for bad luck to like force our hand and be like, all right, they're kind of wavering, they're kind of stalling. Let's just send them into the.
That always happens when, as a group, we're indecisive.
But in this case, it was going to happen anyway because
Yeah.
the women and Vita all escaped.
Yeah.
It wasn't like we knew they were going to tell people and people.
Oh yeah. Well, and like I said, Vita was watching our fight with the women too.
Yeah.
So I find it interesting that he didn't intervene, almost like he wanted to see what we were capable of, which makes me wonder, how is his relationship with whatever's in this cave? Is he relying on us to help him?
No, but I think it
It has a
is.
twisted sense of honor.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like he wanted to face down Corwin and then come back and fight you. Not both at once. He was like, and he expected you to wait
Yeah.
because one-on-one fights are kind of, I think, what they're about.
Yeah.
But then why would he come back with 20 people? That's just kind of.
Well, because it's not one-on-one anymore. There's a bunch of us.
And we've been shown helping each other out. Like we saved each other. Elric shot that last bow to like save you. We fight communally, so I guess they'll fight on our terms.
But I feel like 20 people is kind of overkill since we struggled with 5.
well, it's the same thing we
Hold
did,
on.
right?
We beat the 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
3 were sent running and 2 are dead, and those are werebears.
Yeah.
So that's good. He's got to know, even if he's badass, he now knows we are also badass.
yeah,
Right.
but we barely survived that with 5. I'm saying, like, if he brought 10 in with him, I feel like it would have been just as easy.
Right, but it's the same logic that like that Hunter said to us of us going to get Balor, right? Like there's in theory we could have sent our small force of like the 6 of us and like maybe we'd be fine, but we would take losses. And it's like you take that overwhelming loss so you don't lose any of them. Like those are his people, right? He's a berserker and those are the berserkers, so they respect the fact and like almost like an animalistic circle of life thing. Like we tried to kill you, you killed us. Good fight, no hard feelings about that specifically. That it was like live or die, but like these are my people. F you guys. If this is a war we're winning with numbers if we have to or whatever it is.
And I don't get the feeling that everybody's werebear.
Well,
I think all of them.
well, and somebody said something like, "Do we know if these guys have anything to do with Balor, like the berserkers? What if Balor is oppressing them, or it's in their best interest to actually ally with us, and we've proved ourselves capable of what we can do in a fight? Maybe now they're showing up. What if? This is my fantasy. What if they're showing up to help us clear out this cave?
I agree. It looks like they right like they communicate. Vita communicates with us. You know, he announced when you said hey and like freeze. He announced his name. There's some level of like not just honor, but like a civility to them. Like even in a fight.
Yeah,
They-
he
they
supported
would-
you
yeah,
after
yeah.
battle, right?
And Hunter already said that. So sometimes we can ally that people ally with berserkers. Like they are people.
Or manipulate.
They could have said that though, but they just surrounded us. They could have been like, "Hey, like, let's clear this cave
Well,
together."
you gotta remember
They don't talk.
they're
Well,
vicious.
Vita did.
They're vicious killers who tried to kill us on sight, and we killed 3 of their women. We're not starting off with a coffee date.
And he doesn't know if we're willing to talk. Like
Yeah.
he might be it's like it's probably not going to occur to him to talk.
Yeah,
It's
what
action.
I mean
It's
is
on us to
talking is
start.
not their way,
Right.
right? They want to see action, and if you prove yourself with action, then they might ally with you. Even
Do
though
we
you,
want
I don't know. That's
to? I think you're 100% right. It's almost like as a strategy, we want to retreat to the cave entrance and call down there just to see. You know, like I know we're pressing further into cave, but we almost like, you know, did we miss an opportunity by not trying to communicate since we know they're there anyway?
I think calling for help would be a sign of weakness, and you lose their respect.
Not help like a we have the high ground thing. Like what are you here for? We'll kick you. We've kicked your ass. We'll do it again. Light an arrow on fire and send it down to send a message. Whatever it takes.
But berserkers did that intimidating.
Yeah.
If we got the high ground, screw you. They're going to be like, oh yeah, well, there may be 8 of us when we get there. We're going to take you down too.
That's what the fire arrow's for.
Yeah.
Well,
Whatever.
yeah, that'll
It's gonna be.
Yeah,
It's gonna be a fun fight for sure.
Yeah, I think we press forward. We've already committed to going down. I don't know that it would make sense for us to run this way.
Yeah. But now I'm thinking like, if berserkers get into the fray, are we attacking them on sight, or will they attack us on sight? You know, it's
Probably.
I would
Berserkers.
I would say as
Yeah.
long as it doesn't look like a point of weakness or a point of right, if we don't look like our backs against the wall and we don't look like we're challenging them, like you said, they don't respond to. I would say the next time they show up, greet them as equals before we draw a sword. If we're fighting them anyway. We might as well try the diplomatic approach if they're capable of it.
Yeah.
And we haven't tried it yet.
So that's an interesting point.
That's it with Philly.
He definitely think no. Kill on sight.
Yeah.
We'll see.
And you picking that fight on the ship right away.
That was fun.
That was fun.
That was
That was a good one. Yeah.
I had a combat 20. I knew this was going to be a good moment because generally Hunter gives us non-critical combat moments. Yeah, lets us have our fun with it, right?
Yeah.
So if you want to showboat, I feel like that's a good time to invest in your character building and like his attitude and like his relationships with people. That's what it was about.
Touchy, though. That could have gone so wrong.
Oh, with the Jutes? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, for my character, it was all about, you know, declaring who we are as Millions, right?
Mhm.
How proud we are, and like we are.
It was good.
Yeah.
But it was good. But inside I was cringing a little bit because I'm like, this has the potential to like. Because sometimes in these kind of scenarios, you can end the scenario in the very first encounter by having it go so terribly wrong.
Oh, and that's happened to me before, for sure,
Yeah.
with other scenarios.
I was hoping it was gonna break out into like a fight, like everyone was just gonna start fighting each other.
Oh, like swashbuckling on the
I
deck.
was
with the
fully expecting
That's what I
Nathan
was
to very
hoping.
The juice would have that fast. With the entirety of the our people on that ship,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, probably.
it would have ended with hidden magic, and they would have gone down really fast.
So there's like about like 200 Aurelians. How many Memori are there? Like how many of us were on the boat?
Well, they said 200 was like a really big ship, but I don't think there were that many.
No,
Jutes.
he's asking how many like us.
Like our fighting force. We have 6 with us. I assume probably a similar force within the 6 to 8 range at the other
Yeah.
thing.
I'm pitching 40 or 50.
40 or 50 of us against. We said just a little under
'Cause there's
100
gonna-
on the boat.
Yeah,
You know,
there's gonna be, you know, women and children. And
we took the women and children with us.
No. In the 200.
Yeah.
There's gonna be women. There's gonna be children. There's gonna be elderly. So the Memoria are gonna be basically the only.
Right.
Right,
And-
there's hundreds of Aurelians, period.
And I
in
think
existence.
if the quarter is the army, and all of us are here to be doing 50
Okay. So give or take,
or
there's
40.
so give or take, there's like 30, maybe 25 in the main force with about like 80 Jutes or something like that. There's about 100 super warriors of some kind, and 20 of them are really neat.
Half had to go do what the Jutes wanted.
Yeah, the witch.
All the
Least-
witch things.
So if there's 50, 25 of us are left. If 6 are in each group in the things, at least 12 or 13 can lead the village.
And then about half the Jutes too. So that's like what, 30? About like 40, 50 people walked in.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can take them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Small but mighty force, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll see.
We are actually going to vote again. There is going to be one thing that's different about this voting. you can vote for the DM. If the DM wins, then no one gets any additional fate tokens or keywords. And I get a DM 20 that I get to play. And
Why would I?
Yeah, why would you?
Right.
I do not roll much. No vote for you.
but if you do vote for me, I will bribe you in other ways. Okay, so here's what I want. I want
The chaos thing is
this is four little pieces of paper, 2 and 2. Okay, I want you to just write 1 through 4, with 1 being your number 1 choice for the keyword and 4 being your 4th choice. I'll tell you what my least favorite moment of tonight was. The dispel magic on the werebear.
Oh, that was awesome.
that was I think that was my favorite one tonight.
That sucked.
You made. I was waiting because I was gonna ask, are they magic? And then you slipped up like a turn and a half before me, and you were like, remember, these are like magical beings that are coming out. You have magical strength. And I'm like, oh, they are they? Okay.
That was brilliant. I mean, it gave us an edge in the fight.
I played the 20 hoping you would get all of them, but it kept me alive. I don't think I'd be alive without it. I'm kind of, in a way, kind of a glass cannon as far as like the magic is concerned.
We have 3 things to give away. We have the keyword, which also gets a character-specific combat 20, in addition to the one that you can buy next game. And then the number 2 person gets the character-specific story 20 that you can also buy again next game, so you can have 2 next game. Actually, a very surprising vote, because to me, this character is as good as dead the next time we play. But Zulu, you actually get the keyword.
Hey,
Nice.
Hey.
Okay, so you get the keyword, and you also get the character-specific combat 20. And I'm going to give you a 40 character rating, which is an additional 40 fate. Okay, so you definitely want to keep track of that. And also keep in mind, guys, that fate is experience.
Okay.
All right, it's actually considerable. Like, I think you need 200 experience to get to 2nd level, and a fate is 1 experience. So the key award is literally half your way to the next level. Sing.
Yeah.
You came in number 2. I'm going to give you 30 character rating.
Okay.
And you also get the character-specific story 20. Okay. And then Dendrock and Jitendra, you get 25 character rating. And excellent job.